name is Harry. I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Okay, this video might have part 1 and part 2 because it's too long. Right, such a great question. Meghan Sussex Disneyland video sparks familiar media outrage. If the man who owns Instagram doesn't post his kid's face, you might want to ask why. And, this is a picture of Zuckerberg with his family, wife and children, and he blurred out the children faces except the baby, but you could hardly see the baby's face anywhere in the picture because of the shadow and the hat that the baby is wearing. So they're saying that if Meghan and Harry could blur their children's faces and posting it on Instagram, who the CEO of Instagram is Zuckerberg, and he's doing the same thing. So you should ask yourself some question here. Why is the CEO of that social media platform blur his children's faces? So yeah, anyway, let's get back to the original recording. Okay, there's that. Choose love, choose joy, choose the Sussex's way. Okay, exactly. The deranged people ignore when other people, celebrities, do this, but want to whine when Meghan and Harry choose to black their kids' faces. Too many creeps lurking around. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. The one below it is extra. I may have covered in past videos. Oh, I can't see that one. What happened to this? The numbers. I guess they removed that. So let's not waste time on this. Next one. A TikTok video of Dre. Okay, let's pause. When did they post that? Okay, June 5th. So I'm couple days, 4 days behind of this. Because people are so stupid and tribal for absolutely no reason. Here's your receipt about Meghan's viral baby mama dance video. Alright, 2 minutes and 23 seconds screenshot.
So of course, Meghan Sussex, aka Meghan Markle, the baby mama challenge video went viral. And of course, the haters continue on to hate and lie and spread lies and more lies. But we're here to spread some truths. Here we go. So of course, folks were saying, why did her bump look like that? Well, if you didn't know, there's over 7 billion people in the world, and half of those people are women. Not every woman's belly looks the same. Not every person looks the same. And
oh my God, when I was pregnant, I believe it was both of them, especially my first pregnancy. It took me a while before I started showing. Could have been the last 2 months. That's when I was pregnant. And since I wasn't working at the office, I didn't even buy any maternity clothes. I was wearing my husband's clothes. And then after I gave birth, oh my God, I blew up like a balloon. Both pregnancies. But anyway, let's listen to that.
there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Mind you, I don't have any kids. Mind you, I'm not a woman. I have this minimum knowledge of what it's like to be pregnant. But even I know that there's variations of belly bumps or baby bumps. Folks were also saying, well, what?
Okay, let me give pop to Dre here. I think he works out. I could see the definition of his chest on the video. Shout out to you. If you're working out, keep it up.
Why does it look so patchy and bumpy?
Yeah.
Like she's pretty much trying to play into that whole pregnancy conspiracy theory. Well, here's your answer. There's a device It's called a fetal monitor, and it's an external fetal monitor, and it monitors the fetal's heartbeat rates, and this especially happens when mothers are about to give birth or they're in contractions. This is what it looks like for those of you who chooses not to use Google and would rather listen to a bunch of weirdos that are bots
idiots
on the internet, or weirdos who just kind of just feed into your nonsense. And then lastly, other people were saying, I've been pregnant and I can never move like that. This isn't a real baby. This is fake, 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 fake. How is she able to move like that? Again, all pregnancies aren't the same.
That's right.
But since I know I'm dealing with a bunch of
idiots,
less intelligent folks, here's some more receipts. Listen, just because you was built like a bull during this time of your life, I'm sorry. Lastly, for those who keep saying she wanted privacy, why does she keep showing these things? This is contradictory. She never said she wanted privacy, so shut the hell up.
Alright, so there's that. Now, the Rangers acting like Meghan being pregnant and dancing means she shouldn't be able to do this. Me think you wanna be bees or lying about being pregnant. Otherwise, how do you explain the nesting in the last month? Meghan Markle, was it MMH? Waiting being pregnant is not a disease. Only you derangers are disease. Meghan has a monitor underneath her dress. All the ladies on the video got that too. It is to control the heart rate or to check how she is doing. Those derangers don't know anything about women giving birth in the delivery room. Look at this lady belly, the same as Meghan. There's that. Look at the father. It's good to get the support here. Oh my God, the more story. If I were let me not go there in my story. My husband. Our first pregnancy. My son was it? I think a week overdue. So we set up the time to go to be induced and things like that. And while we were there, my husband was hungry. He went to buy McDonald's to eat. Not for me, because I don't really eat McDonald's. And while he was gone, I don't know, the monitor says something. I don't know how to read any of this, but the nurse came to check and said, oh, I'm going to call the doctor. Something, things is starting to show. I had no pain though. No pain whatsoever. And the monitor was saying otherwise. So I called my husband and I said, look, you better come back really quick because they're saying that something is not right. And he was like, afterward he told me, but he didn't say it during that time. But later on, he's like, God damn, I was just about to eat. You guys come and disturb me. But he came back really quickly and he was there. And yeah. But anyway, so let's go to the next one. I don't know if I'm going to leave that there. Next tweet. Let's copy it. It's different for everybody. I told you about my second one where my water broke at the doctor's office. Okay. Tominey, King Charles' aide, believe he'll die with cancer, not of cancer. You know what that reminds me? Because with all of the death that they keep on posting about Charles, it reminds me leading up to Queen Elizabeth II's death. They were posting pictures of her like she was in a coffin. And I don't know. So they're done with him, so I don't know. And there's William talking about it as well. Well, they claim, allegedly, he's talking about to being king. And you see some of the tweets that I've shared. This video might have part 1 and part 2. So I don't know which part I said it. But it was at the beginning. When King Charles the Cruel does die, his death certificate will say he died of old age. They're deeply unserious in that place. Okay, so she retweeted that. That was April 22nd. Every time I see a cause of death from a head of state, I wonder, what killed Elizabeth? Pope Francis died from a stroke. Everyone dies from something. How on earth did the UK accept old age for their queen? It's bizarre. and unscientific. Like I said, I said what I said in the past, allegedly, because too many positive things were going on for Harry and Meghan. They claimed she had cancer and all of this. They were dressing her in a weird way as if whatever, because she has the, how do they call this, lady in waiting to help her get dressed and things like that. But when they present her to the world, they show her button, similar to when Charles was standing with Camilla. One button is, the button then fastening properly. So they did the same thing to Queen Elizabeth with her jacket. And then they post her, I remember thinking about this, under two huge horses. Where the horses were white? I think the horses were white. Those huge, big horses, they put her between both horses. One of the things that I said is to show that she is still strong or whatever. But whatever facade they were putting out there, one thing that came to mind is that if the horses started running and her hand holding the rope of the horse, they will drag her. There's a GIF that has that. If I find it, I'll share it with you. Okay, it's something like this. You see that old lady with the dog? That's what came to mind when I saw the Queen holding the two horses. Let me see if I could find that picture as well. Okay, so this is the image that I was saying. Okay, those huge horses, they put her, if these horses decided to run, and then the Queen would be like this. I was afraid for her, but it was a picture that was already taken. But they were trying to push a narrative that she's strong and this, she could control those huge beasts, okay, those horses. Okay, trying to create a persona or narrative of some sort before, she goes down under. But anyway, that was the image that I was thinking about. But anyway, Queen Elizabeth celebrate 96th birthday with horse photo. Was she 96? I thought she died when she was 95. Okay, now I'm asking myself question. Let me pause again. She was 96. I asked Google how old was Queen Elizabeth II when she died. She was 96. But anyway, so that's that. They have a plan. Okay, so they're starting preparing people to what's coming up. And I think they did the same thing with the Queen. And then they used the time where Harry and Meghan were in the UK and then traveled to Germany, and they were supposed to come back to the UK for, I think, World Child Award. Okay, because there were so many positive things. People were cheering. They had the crowd. These are the things the royal family craved for, but they could never get it since Harry and Meghan left. But there's Harry and Meghan were getting it. So someone had to go under to feel sorry, to get all the adoration, and then they used that to the fullest. Instead of focusing on the Queen, they focus on Meghan. This is something I will never forget. It was uncalled for. The memory of the Queen, her legacy, whether you like her or not, whatever it meant for the UK, they didn't even focus on that. If they did, I didn't come across it on social media, because all I was seeing was the negativity about Meghan. So it seems like the same pattern. There's a possibility. I don't see the future, but these people work on blueprint. They love their blueprint. It worked for them for a very long time. So it seems like they're doing the same thing for Charles. They're preparing him. All right, let's see here. What is crazy to me is that palace aides are giving more of a right to backdoor brief the media than a son has to be openly concerned for his father's health. This is why Harry said that they are trapped.
I'm acutely aware of where my family stand and how scared they are of the tabloids turning on them.
Turning on them for what? They're the royal family.
Yes, but it's there is this invisible, what's termed or referred to as the invisible contract behind closed doors between the institution and the tabloids, UK tabloids.
How so?
Well, it is to simplify. It's a case of if you as a family member are willing to wine, dine, and give full access to these reporters, then you will get better press.
What do you care about better press if you're royal?
I think everyone needs to have some compassion for them in that situation, right? There is a level of control by fear that has existed for generations. I mean,
But
generation
who's
after
controlling?
generation.
They're not really running the show. Those men in gray suit, again, I go back way since Queen Elizabeth II's father died. Okay? They were starting to do the revolving door, changing the way the institution run. Those same magas, these same type of people, they don't want, I believe, who's running the show. So they started very slowly, worked their way up because they knew who was gonna be king at a later date, which was Charles. So they separate the son and mother, even though I think Prince Philip saw he was trying to do his father duty, whether you like him or not, whatever he felt was right at the time. But instead, they shut him off. They were like, nope, you're not the king of England. We do what we want to do with the future king. So I guess he gave up and said, okay, whatever. Because he was trying to toughen him up, send him to the school that will help him to build his character, his whatever. But hey, instead they give Charles the kind of things that will make, oh shit, look at his hand. Oh my God, I don't want to talk about it. They appease to Charles, and then things that will make him feel good, but they weren't really building him up to be that position. They were catering to him to make him feel good, to sided with them, so that way when he become kings and he does what he's doing right now, appease to these people, he will rather throw his son under the bus than actually protect his son. Same thing with Harry's wife father. Let's leave that alone. You see what's on the screen? Let's move on. Next tweet. So this is a video of Dr. Shola. Let me pause. What I think this has to do with, I don't want to go too much into it. I'll just let it play. Listen to it. I think it has to do with, how do you call this? The Middle East. Piers Morgan literally struggles to grasp a simple truth. She tagged somebody here. Okay, has the patient of a saint, give him flowers. Give Ahmed, this person last name, flowers. He gagged Piers Morgan. Okay, 2 minutes and 42 seconds. I don't want to talk about the Middle East, but since I have it on the list, I'll let you listen.
Actually, what genocide is, when you want to kill as many Jews as you can kill.
That's the problem here.
Yeah, but that is genocide.
No, that is the problem. You always say that they want to kill the Jews.
They do.
That is dangerous. You and I know that.
But they do.
Our problem is not against the Jews.
They don't make any secret of it.
No. Our problem is not with the Jews. And even Hamas' problem is not with the Jews. It is with the Israelis.
Why do they kill so many Jews then?
They did not kill Jews. They killed Israelis. And I don't justify killing of Israel. It's not that I want them to kill Israelis.
What
But there's a
religion do
huge
you suspect
difference.
most of the Israelis were?
And I always feel like they hijack the name Jews. And again, like I said, I should not be speaking about it. Let's listen.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it makes a huge difference. They were not attacked because they were Jews. They were attacked because they were Israelis. It's a huge difference.
Well, how many of the people who were killed were not Jewish?
It doesn't matter. But would you like?
Of course it matters.
No, it matters. Let me ask you a question. So many Palestinians were killed. Thousands of Palestinians were killed. Would you call Israel killed the Muslims in Gaza? You would say the Palestinians. And the Israelis were Israelis. They were not there as Jews. They were there as Israelis. And that is dangerous, Piers. It's not a religious war. This is a war between colonization and colonized, occupiers and occupied. People who have been living under blockade, under siege, under occupation for the past 77 years. It's not with the Jews. We never had a problem with the Jews. We love the Jews as much as we love the Christians.
But you have a problem with Israelis?
Of course, we have a problem with the Israelis as
is it playing
occupiers.
Again? No, it's continue.
How can you say you have no problem with the Jews, but you have a problem with the Israelis? Given that most
there's a huge
Israelis are
difference.
Jewish.
I'm just astonished that you can't make the difference between the Jews and the Israelis, please.
And you say it's because they're Israelis, not Jewish.
Because they're occupiers, because they occupied our country.
And they're
do that.
Jewish.
No, just because they occupied our country. Because they're colonizers. Because they came to our country, kicked us out in 1948, and they killed thousands of Palestinians, including my grandparents.
You know why Israel was set up? It was set up after World War II, in which Jewish people were the victims of an appalling Holocaust by Hitler and the Nazis, where 6 million of them were exterminated purely because of their ethnicity and being Jewish.
That's correct.
So the Jewish people were given the state of Israel.
My country.
Okay, I understand that.
lands.
Listen, I understand that argument. I understand the whole history and the whole argument.
It's
but the
all the
idea,
story starts
but
from
it wasn't
here.
Israelis given that place. It was the Jewish people.
Yeah, but who are you to give the Jewish people my country?
I'm not giving it to them.
I'm not talking about you personally.
Yeah.
I'm talking about those who send the Zionists to come and kill our families and take our lands. We have a problem with the occupiers, Piers. We don't have a problem with the Jews.
It's done. I'm not gonna go in the comment section. The only thing I could add to this is that I did my part in November 5th, and I was voting for everybody to be somewhat let's leave it as that, okay? My part was in November 5th, and I'm done. Let's move on. Next tweet. Okay, this has to do with the half-sister. Someone posted a screenshot of her tweet here, okay, at the half-sister's page. Am I following her? Let me go into it to black. Okay, so that's that. Let's read this. Meghan is not your sister. Yo, that's the life here. Better stop the nonsense. You've been disowned respectfully. Alright, so Samantha wrote this. LOL, I have to laugh that at one point my sister's PR was suggesting that she was embarrassed to have our family at the royal wedding. The shoot, I mean, you could understand, whether it's true or not, you can understand the kind of nonsense that they were saying leading up to the wedding. My goodness. The shoot, and then so many things popped up after that, what I've just said, because everybody were against the couple. Thank God the foundation were strong and they stick together. Alright, the shoe is totally on the other foot now, and in my opinion, she is the embarrassment. The twerking brings it to a new low. LOL, it seems like she was projecting. She was pregnant, that's all I know. She wanted, and she was overdue, and she wanted the baby to come out. Okay, really, I cannot, well, I blocked this person. Why doesn't this woman try and make amends with the children she birthed? That should be her #1 priority, not consistently speaking about someone that wants nothing to do with her. Let it go, man. Okay, the irony. Marco, haven't heard that name in ages. It's not from the Sussex. I'm not listening. Okay, the embarrassment is on her. All she does is look from far and have no access. Meghan doesn't even acknowledge her. Okay, her children disown her too. She's miserable. Whatever. Let's move on. Okay, this should be last. It's very sentimental. Let me move that one to last because it has to do with a father who's about to walk her daughter down the aisle. I'm gonna leave it for last. I just move it. Alright. Now, 2 videos regarding Baby D pretty much sums up the talk of the day. Okay, I like to wade in the water too. Alright. Okay, so there's an image of Baby D in the water. Okay, OMG, you kill me. There's the laugh, the squad are just laughing. Let me read what's there and then move on. Bottom up. Baby D, you are pathetic. Okay, for those who are new, okay, who's not aware what Baby D is, it's something the squad created like a mascot of the Derangers, because the Derangers always complaining. So usually when they put something regarding Baby D, Baby Deranger, okay, it sums up what the Derangers are whining about. That's pretty much why sometimes I share them. Okay, no Baby Deranger, the tears are too salty. Why? It's Sunday. OMG, where your mama at? The therapy is not working, fam. It's not working. Just ask her to adopt you. I know you're not too proud to beg. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. It's another Baby D tweet. Another Baby D tweet. There's that. Getting ready to prepare lunch for my coven of fellow haters, secret fans. Okay, so there's the Baby D here. I did not have this on my weekend bingo card. Okay, will all the others, the rangers, get mad at you because you didn't cover your hair? Okay, never mind, you don't have any. There's that, the squad. Oh my god, look at this. I'm wearing a hat, and that's an ad. I knew it. That coven is why Meghan stands, can order from as ever, lol. Put that wine down, baby D. Okay, you snooze, you lose. Oh my god. Okay, so the squad are just laughing. Alright, so now I'm almost done. This has to do with, I believe, let me see, I forgot. Did I put it? Let me see what this is about. Okay, I've shared this already. Alright, where they doing the revealing. Okay, this is part 2, and I think I shared it at the beginning. Alright, I can't play the video properly because I'm gonna get flagged. Alright, next tweet. This has to do with tennis. I saw it while I was listening to one of the videos. Coco Gauff shows the Roland Garros trophy she gets to take home. Cute and carry-on size. Alright, let's listen. It's almost a minute. And by the way, I post on my community board that she won her French Open. Okay, so I think that's her second. How many? I think that's her second Grand Slam. Let's check. Yeah, that's her second one, the French one. What was the first one? Okay. Let's leave that alone. But anyway, let's listen to this. It's a minute.
Hi, I just won French Open for Roland Garros, and this is the trophy that you guys see, the one that we take pictures with, do press with.
It sounds like she is in the plane, the background. Okay, just pay attention to that as you listen to her.
And all that, but actually we don't get to take this home. This stays with the tournament, and I'm going to show you guys the one we take home. It's a lot smaller. So this is the one we take home. It's like a mini
Yeah,
replica.
I was right. She was in the airplane. Okay, it looks like a private jet or something, but let's listen.
The trophy, and yeah, I guess to compare it, it's really small. So reference, this is a Perrier bottle. This is a cup. That's how small it is. But, you know, it's the memories that matter the most. It is very pretty, and it is like a miniature version of the real trophy. So this is the one I get to take home.
Is it?
So this is the reference, so you guys can see the difference in the sizes.
Very interesting. The other thing as well, does it they engrave the names, or is it for the guys? Okay, let me search that. That's what I thought. I wrote here that should have been question mark, not period. All right. Does the French tennis trophy engrave the winner's name on it? Yes, the original men's and women's singles trophies at the French Open, the Coupe des Musketeers Cup, Suzanne Langland, respectively, are engraved with the names of the winners. The original trophies remain the property of the French Tennis Federation, but winners receive replicas. Okay, which she just showed. Okay, a silver bowl bowered with vine leaves around the top and decorated with two swan-shaped handles. The trophy is mounted on a marble base in which is inscribed the name of the winners since 1891. So what happened when it fills up? They have to go to the next one. Let's see here. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, there's the names here. They engraved them, their names. Look at his name. APTS. Alright, so that's what I thought. They engrave it in their name. Alright, so that's that. What else do they say here? There's Serena Williams. Okay, we have known that. Oh, well, she just went her second. She probably was focused on her thing. I remember there was one video Serena Williams put out in her house. She was going through all her trophies, and like I was like, alright, we have known that the trophies players takes home from the slams or small replicas. Coco just showed it in a fun way. Here is Serena with replica trophies she has from Roland Garros and Wimbledon. That's probably the same video that I saw that she did. Alright, with her trophies. There's that. Oh my god, even the man. Look at his, so small. Look at the background, probably at his house. I mean, it's hard work. Rafa with one of his replica Roland Garros trophies. Okay, I knew that French and Wimbledon give replica trophies. Then I realized the French one, that's more. Okay, let's leave that alone. Okay, let me finish up. This is the last one that I was talking about. The father crying, seeing her daughter who's about to get married. And there's one guy. Let me pause before he's here. There's one guy who commented on it. He's a MAGA. He responded to it. I was gonna bash him, but as I read his comment, I was dying laughing. I'll show you his comment. Alright, but let's. This is the tweet here. This father-daughter first look is absolutely everything. Okay, it's 1 minute and 10 seconds. There'll be screenshot in between. Okay.
Okay, we ready? Right, left. Yep. All right.
Wow. The first time that I saw it, I'm gonna let it play as I talk. The first time that I saw it, the first thing that crossed my mind is what was going on in his head.
She looks so beautiful.
From the time she was born, holding her, do all the things.
It's gorgeous.
Wow.
You look beautiful, babe. I'm proud of you. Extremely proud of you.
And then this. And you know what's gonna happen next
That's
after the wedding?
amazing.
It hurts
It's
him.
amazing.
Wow. His little girl becomes a woman.
Yes.
Wow. I'm surprised she kept it.
Proud of you.
She didn't
You
cry
look so
too.
beautiful.
Okay, let me go to my comment and that my God. Can I see? There it is here. I took that video very seriously, but that comment, I was gonna bash him. But when I started reading it, I just laughed. Okay, so there he is here. He can't believe he's finally rid of her. I swear, I literally, when I first read it, I was gonna say stop or something. And then I just cracked up for no reason. Okay, let me stop laughing. He can't believe he's finally rid of her. And there's me laughing here. I was about to bash you, but I can't because I find myself laughing. Oh, somebody respond. I didn't know that. Because you're retarded, obviously. Whatever. Like I said, this is very sentimental, okay? It's very sentimental, but this comment is kind of funny. Even though that's not how I feel. I told you how I felt about the father seeing the daughter for the first time, you know, when she was born, holding her as a baby, and all the things that happen, you know, raising a child. He probably was involved. Okay, see, up and down with the mom. I think there's a part in here where there's a lady. I'm assuming that's the mother who was crying as well. Where is it? Right there. Looks like the mom. Oops, it's finished. Let's see if I could find something. Oh, right there. That I'm assuming. I don't know. That could be the mother. So all of them, they probably were a very tight-knit family. To see your daughter who's about, you know, you're gonna give her away to another man, and you know what happened during your wedding night and all of this. So to see the protection they gave her, and she became that, who knows, maybe she's a doctor or something, did all the right thing. So all of this probably plays in their head, and that's why he can hold it. But that comment, you know, MAGA's gonna be MAGA's, but sometimes they say some stupid things that's kind of funny. So that's why I was laughing. And this one came after me. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Oh my God. Anyway, let's leave that alone. If you respond to every tweet, let me just black, okay? You know what? Let's leave it alone. But anyway, let's do a prayer. Those magas. The reason I know he's a maga is because I read his profile on Twitter. Prayer for better future. Let's just say that. Let's pick an image. There's gonna be 2 parts to this video, okay? Because it's over an hour. Prayer for a better tomorrow. Oh my God, this is small. Okay, you are in complete control of my life. Thank you for bringing me this far. Thank you for giving me this day. Please bless me and keep me covered as I journey into tomorrow. Please strengthen my faith and guide me in every moment. Help me to always, oh my God, it's very blurry. Help me to always rely on your protection and your love, especially for tomorrow. I pray this prayer in the powerful name of Jesus. Amen. All right, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that is it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.